All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm gonna hit y'all with small stories, and short videos because I don't want to bore y'all to death. And just saying it again, please. If mother and father, please stay together and be there with your child in the hospital throughout thick and thin. Fathers, please be there. Know what I mean? It's not a situation where you can skip over. Fuck everything else. Your daughter comes first. She needs you in that hospital. Don't leave her in there. But I'm here to talk about why I was banned from Montefiore and why they banned me for coming to see my daughter in Montefiore. Because nurses in Montefiore and every other hospital they work together. They see each other every day, so they got each other's backs and they take up for each other, whatnot. And they got a little program they go by every day. But make a long story short, I'm gonna tell you what happened. There's this nurse named Vivian, and this is in Montefiore Hospital. It's located in 210th Street in the Bronx, and in Bronx, New York. And her name was Vivian, and she just seems like she didn't want to be there. She had an attitude the whole time. It's like you see her there. She comes in. She's like she don't want to be there, whatnot. She on her phone the whole time. Like me, I take care of my daughter. I change her diapers. I tend to her, make sure she alright. She's crying. I see what the problem is. She's crying basically is because her it's a diaper she due to a peed, or maybe because she want her music because she used to love the music. If she didn't have her music, she was crying. Maybe she just want a head rubs. Maybe she just want, it's certain days she might want, and I usually go over there and inspect the problem. So she'll be the one just sitting there. But sometimes the nurse tells her to do things, she does it. And one day she was told to, change her sheets and all that on the bed and whatnot. And she picks her up, she manhandles her, like picks her up the wrong way. And I'm like, yo, be easy because she has the line. I told her that all the time, but she's like, she keep doing it. And one time her line came out, her central line, it came out. So when your central line comes out and there's a little out like it was, and you see a little gauze or whatnot that's supposed to be inside, stopping it from coming out, it was halfway out. So she had to go back in surgery. So I was mad. I'm like, yo, listen, I don't want that nurse in here. Keep that nurse out. So, doctors, nurses sitting there trying to talk to me like, yo, just see a good nurse and let her come in there, just chill. I'm like, nah, no. I ain't like her Bob to begin with. She felt like she didn't want to be, it's like she didn't want to be there. My child, she can't afford to go back to surgery. She went through surgery. She came out of surgery. She survived that one. And surgeries, I don't know if it's risky. Putting them situation on in is risky. You know what I mean? So, it's like they gotta find veins. You know what I mean? Sometimes you run out of veins. You don't got too many veins in them. So it's like I don't want her to go back in surgery. So I'm like, yo, this nurse, you cannot bring it back in there. So he talks to me. It's like, yo, listen, she's a good nurse. Bring it back in there. So no, give it a shot. So it's like, yo, listen, you can't manhandle like that. And so one day I came out to smoke a cigarette. Because, I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to go downstairs for like 5 minutes, smoke a cigarette. I used to smoke cigarettes. So I came back up and she's crying hysterically. She's crying like really bad. Like I never seen her cry like this before ever. You know what I mean? And it's like almost like she did something to her. So I'm like, you know what? Me being a father, I don't know if she did something to her or not. I wasn't there. But the way she's crying, as a father and instincts is being a father, I'm like, yo, I do not want her in there. I don't go fuck what y'all saying. I don't want her in there. Get her the fuck out of here. They got her out of here. But when I went to go grab my cousin to see her in the hospital again, I went out for a minute to grab my cousin so they could see her in the hospital. And when I came back, the security said I couldn't go back up. And it was a whole big thing. And I got arrested that time because I got in with the security. I got into a little tussle with the security. So I got arrested that day. They said I couldn't come back in the hospital, but the mother could come back. So they told the mother what happened. And the mother told me that they told her that I threatened them. So basically, this is the game that they play. If they don't like you, and they'll be like, yo, listen, he threatened me or whatnot. And if under law, you threaten a nurse and you threaten their safety and they feel like you're a threat, they could block you from coming to see your child or coming to see whatever in the hospital, whoever in the hospital. So that's basically what I went through. And I had to wait until she went to St. Mary's Hospital in order to see her again because I couldn't go back to Montefiore. Being so I had to wait till she was doing good and recovering from the line. So they shifted to St. Mary's, the rehabilitation hospital. And this is why she went to New York Presbyterian. Because when her line came out and it was time for her to go back into the hospital, I couldn't go to Montefiore again, so we had to take a New York Presbyterian. But New York Presbyterian is a better hospital anyway. I mean, it's a really good hospital. It's a really good hospital. You made the right decision by bringing her to New York Presbyterian. But even in there, you have messed up nurses. You know what I mean? You really had to go through stuff in there. I had to kick out nurses in there too. You have to be there for your child. Like, this is not a game. Nurses in there, they don't give a fuck. They don't care about you or your child. They care about getting their money. Some of them. Some of them. You have nurses that tend to your child like it's theirs. I mean, like they theirs. And you have nurses that feel your pain and really have a passion, love for children, and want to be there for their child and your child. You know what I mean? And they give them their all. You know what I mean? So you can feel that love when you're in there. Each person that comes, you know what's up. The body language says everything. If a nurse's aide come in, I don't know if y'all in that situation. Like some babies don't have nurses assistants at all, and they just sitting in there by themselves, and that's scary because if they don't have no parents and nobody by their bedside, and something happens and they start crying, the nurses can't hear them from all the way out there, and they in their hospital bed by themselves crying, like crying for help. There's no microphone thing where maybe now there is, but I don't know if there is now or not. But back then there wasn't. There wasn't no microphone device where they could hear the baby from the nurse's desk and they could come tend to the baby when they hear them crying. And if they did, I don't even think they would. I mean, some of these nurses just on the I don't care mode. You know, a lot of them they just want to get their paycheck and go home. So once again, parents going through this, I understand your pain. This is the reason why I'm making this video, so I can help any way possible in the legacy of my child. You know what I mean? And the I'm doing this for my child, and so I can help other babies in this situation. You know what I mean? So please subscribe and please follow me. I'm gonna be making a whole lot of other videos regarding my experience, and I hope it helped y'all out. I hope it really change something in something or change the situation. This is my goals. You know what I mean? Because I don't wish this on nobody. I had to go to a child's funeral myself. Some of the people that I met inside the hospital while I was going through it. And her baby died, and I had to go to the funeral just to give them support. You know what I mean? I see a lot of babies dying there. Like, it's serious. Like, it's really a war. These babies is fighting for their lives. You know what I mean? And I want to help them in that fight the best way I can. I don't know if this is going to help. I don't know if it is going to help. Hopefully it do help. And if it do help, this is what I'm aiming for, you know? And I'm doing this for the legacy of my child. I'm doing this for my child, Sky Hamilton. I'm doing this for my baby. You know what I mean? I miss my baby. I love my baby. And I'm doing this for her. This is her channel, Sky Hamilton. It's her channel. Please subscribe and keep watching. Hopefully I help somebody. And if you're not in this situation, please show love. You know. Once again, the fathers, because it's mostly fathers that's not there. I ain't gonna lie. Like when I was in the hospital, I seen a bunch of mothers in there by themselves, and a little bit of fathers. There's only a handful of us, but fathers, please, man, please. Your babies need you in there. If you love your baby, stay with them in the hospital. Not only are you helping them, you're helping them in ways that you don't even know about. Because as soon as you turn their back, your mother turn their back, these nurses doing foul shit. Real foul shit. Foul shit. Even nurses themselves told me that. Like, seriously. Nurses themselves told me, like, yo, listen, this nurse be on some shit. They be hitting children, all types of shit. Babies crying, they want them to shut up. They do a whole bunch of unthinkable shit. There's no cameras inside the room. There's no cameras inside your child's room. That's for starters. So anything could be happening in there while they're in there. So who's to say your child is crying hysterically and they get frustrated? What are they doing in the midst of that frustration? How are they handling that situation? Are they hurting your child? Are they harming your child? Or they neglecting your child? Or they smacking your child? There you hear stories on the news about people doing something to their child because they can't get them to be quiet and they get frustrated. Like, you gotta think about stuff like this. Nurses' aides do that too. I mean, nurses' aides is not different from anybody out in the street. It could be even worse. They got a job, and their job is to tend to your child, your needy child, your fragile child, your child that's fighting for their life, the child that's really going through it in the hospital. And they're around people like this. Come on, people. Use your head. Fathers, be there for your child. If your mother can't be in there with them, you take the time out, you be in there with them. Mothers, if the father is not there, please find something, some way, somehow, somebody could be there with your child in the hospital. I mostly see mothers in there anyway. I seen most mothers in there. I met most mothers, and we'll sit there, we talk, not on that level, but we talk, and they go through it. They go through it. Certain babies in different situations. God bless everybody. If you're in a situation, God bless your child. And I hope they make it through it. They have my blessings. And this video is for them too. Not only for my daughter, it's for your daughter too. Each one teach with each one help each other. Some people just don't know about the ins and outs. Because they come and they go. I seen that too. Mothers come and they go, and they thinking everything all good, and the nurses turn on and smile. As soon as they come, the nurses turn on and smile, and everybody acting all goody two shoes. But when they leave, it's like, well, fuck about them. I seen it. My daughter don't share a room with other babies. I seen it. Like, I complain. I say shit about it. I take up for their child and everything. You know what I mean? I done been through it. I have more stories for y'all. Just tune in. Keep tuning in. Thank you y'all for tuning in. Please subscribe. Another video. Thank you.